Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Miss Sinclair, aka the Feminine Boss. And I'm super excited to share the message with you today because in a world with so many distractions, so many options and opportunities to become whoever it is we want to become, because you do have that right and you do have a choice to do, be, and have whatever it is that you want. Okay. And so, in this amazing, abundant life that we are living today, I really wanted to talk about just, knowing yourself and experiencing yourself so that you can start to have a lifestyle transformation, so that you can start to change your daily habits. You can change the way you look, you can change the way you feel, you can change the way that you approach situations, and you can really start to evolve unapologetically, confidently, right, with curiosity and excitement, right? Because this life that we're living, and what I'm learning is it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be confusing. This life that we're living in, it can be a depiction of exactly what we want in our minds, in our bodies, in our souls, and in our bank accounts, right? Because money matters. Money makes the world go round. It cultivates trade and growth and innovation. So money matters, right? Let's get this straight. This channel is about an entire spectrum of life, not just the mindset and the living mindfully or life transformation. Money is involved in that. And even though this discussion is not primarily about money, I think that sometimes I try not to put the focus on money because there is a process, right? You have to develop your mind first in order to have that money mindset, understanding money, how to attract money, but then also the way you live your life, right? To again attract that abundance of financial flow that you're looking for. So let's get started. Let's get started. So, the best way to start to change your life for the better and to create whatever it is that you want, because I know that we all want something, because we all have dreams, right? We all have hopes and desires. I want you to start really understanding who you are core to yourself, core to your own person. You need to understand that we are all individuals having this life experience, right? And we are all separate from one another. Even though we may think we're so attached to our lovers or so attached to our families, we are independently growing. And so we have to realize that this journey is ours and ours alone. And if you're watching this right now, you should be grown enough to understand that we have been curated, we have been you know, we have been built upon beliefs and experiences based on our circumstances, based on our environment. And so that's what made us today. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday because we shot a podcast episode for the Enrich Her podcast. And I was telling her, I was like, I'm scared of bugs, right? But if I grew up in the Amazon and I was surrounded by bugs all the time, they wouldn't have the same effect on me because my environment would be different. And so we have to really understand and not let that go over our heads, that because of where we have grown up and the people we have been around most of our lives, that is where our fears, our core beliefs, our understanding about the world, that's where all of that comes from. And so in order to start to change your life for what you decide that you want now, you have to start to chip away at those beliefs and understandings and ideas and opinions so that you can find out who you are. What are your core beliefs? What do you believe about life? What do you believe about yourself? Right? And so you have to start to experience yourself, right? Write this down because this is the first step. We always talk about knowing yourself. The best way to know yourself is to experience yourself. Have you ever had a thought, and let's just say let's just say you're getting your hair done, and she's like, okay, what we doing today? What we doing, and you have a thought like, you know what, I just want a long bust down, right? I just want a middle part bust down, right? But then right after that thought, it's like, but then I gotta go to school. What about at the gym? I don't want to mess up. Like those little thoughts matter because now, after your soul has spoken to you in that immediate moment, right after that, you started getting conflicting thoughts. And this happens with everything, with everything. Let's say you're at the grocery store and you see a pack of cookies and you're like, oh, I want that, right? Immediately. But then you're like, well, my health, my auntie got diabetes. I don't want cavities. These are real life thoughts. And I'm not saying any of them are bad or any of them are good. It's just based on what you want, who you want to be, and how you want to live your life, right? And it can be about anything. So, the best way to know yourself, the best way to really know who you are deep inside before all of the conditioning had been put on you all your life is to actually spend more time with yourself and start making decisions faster. So, let me give you an example. I told y'all I'm just about done this book. I've been slacking the last few days. But Conversations with God, this book, I started reading it to prepare for ayahuasca, done amazing things for me and opening my mind. So in this book, he talks about what they call the new thought movement, right? The new thought movement, and this is pretty much to tell you to act first and then think later. Sometimes they say think first and then act last, right? But if you act first, then you are acting from a place of core self, right? Even if it's good, even if it's bad, what's happening is that you're experiencing the truest part of you. You are experiencing who you really are in those moments before those conflicting thoughts come into your mind. So if you start practicing the act first in those decision making moments, then you will experience and you will quickly understand. Okay, I acted on this, right? I acted on this and I didn't like the results. So now, once you have quickly experienced something, you can quickly identify if this is going to align with the person you want to be or not. This is where the change takes place, right? This is where you start to become who you want to be. Once you experience something, you can determine consciously that this is or this is not something that I desire to continue to do. And so it starts to bring you that level of awareness so that when the situation arises again or the type of decision needed arises again, instead of quickly doing that, you might think about it first, right? It's not going to be an automatic action because now you've already had that experience and you already consciously locked in that, I don't think I want to do that anymore. So now you're going to start to change your behaviors. You're going to start to change the way that you show up in the world. You're going to start to change who you are, and people are going to start to notice that you are not making the same decisions. You are not looking the same. You are not approaching things the same because you are experiencing your true self and you are starting to make changes based on what you want going forward or not, right? So another thing I wanted to tell you guys to do, and something that I've been practicing myself as well, when it comes to changing my mindset or my personal beliefs, like I want to believe in myself when I have ideas. I want to be confident when I go into the world. I want to show up as who I am. Like I don't want my energy to be faulty. I want my energy to be 1,000, right? I want people to know when I show up, this is who I am. I am representing myself. I don't have second thoughts about what I'm wearing, right? I don't have second thoughts about what I'm saying. So we talk about affirmations and how affirmations can help us change our mindsets about something. But I wanted to let you know that with affirmations, I noticed that a lot of people they generalize affirmations or they use affirmations that other people have created. And affirmations should not be generalized. They should be based on your individuality of exactly what you want and what you want to achieve. And I'm going to share something. I'm going to find my notes because I came up with some affirmations for myself. And I was listening to a podcast, and it was a Erin Lyons podcast. This video that I was watching is called "God is a Frequency," and it's Erin Lyons. Her name is ErinLyons, right? And so I was listening to her, and I just started to come up with affirmations based on what she was saying and based on what I wanted in my life, right? And so these are the affirmations. People treat me really well. I always get the opportunities that I desire. I am always valued in my relationships. I only associate with people that vibrate higher and see the light within me. Source is always guiding me and providing me with what I need. Because I am here, I am loved. I am protected. I am a goddess and my energy is expensive. And so these are specifically for me because I'm in a space where, I've really kind of released a lot of responsibility of doing too much and trying to overachieve. Where right now I really want to just follow my heart's desires. I want to be around more high level individuals that I can truly learn from and be inspired by. And so these are my affirmations because I want opportunities to come to me. I want to just magically appear in the situations that are best suited for me, right? Being inspired by the best people, right? I am a goddess. My energy is expensive. Yes, if you around me, it's about something of high value. Whether it's intrinsic value or monetary value, I need that. I want that. I desire that. That is what I want, right? This is who I am. And so if I'm going to be making the transition of my personal lifestyle into something more high value, this your affirmations need to be tailored to exactly who you are and who you want to be. Your life experiences. You can't take what someone else wants. Someone else, they have their affirmations tied to their emotions, tied to their desires. So it's not going to work for you if that's not who you are and that's not the place in which you are at, right? Or what you want. You have to really start to make it all about you, right? Make it all about you. And so I'm going to move on to something that ET the hip hop preacher said. He said, and this is about making money. He said, he said, work on yourself. No, he said, if you want to make money, make yourself. So again, this is about the becoming, right? If you want to make money, make yourself. So make yourself the type of person that attracts the money, that has these opportunities, right? Make yourself the type of person that when you walk into a room, people want to know who you are. Make yourself the type of person that when you are in discussions with people, you are bringing value, so much value that they want to return that value to you in the way which you desire, right? Become that person that, gets opportunities based on what you want exactly. And only that. Like have that unwavering type of energy about yourself, but it starts with you connecting with yourself and knowing yourself. So the best way to connect with yourself and know yourself is start to experience yourself quickly. When it's time for you to make a decision, experience yourself quickly. Go with the first thing that you think, because just like a child learning something new, if something doesn't feel good or something, the outcome isn't of what you desire, then you're not going to do it again, right? You're going to change that. So start to change yourself, transform your lifestyle, the way that you live your life, so that you can start to become the person that you want to be, right? This right here, this message is what this channel is about. It's really just about becoming and creating the life that you desire, the life that you want after life changing events. Because as a millennial woman, we are in a very interesting space where we want that lifestyle freedom. We want that lifestyle freedom, but we have so much wisdom, we have so much responsibility. Like, we have, I don't know, it's like we have this barrier to entry somehow because we're too careful, right? So let's get uncareful about us. Let's get passionate about us. Let's love ourselves so much that we are willing to make the transformation just to find out what's on the other side. Because if you're constantly making the same decisions, if you're constantly doing the same thing, if you're constantly around the same people, talking about the same things, you're just going to keep experiencing this world over and over and over in the same way. And that's not what life is about. Life is about expansion. Life is about creation. Life is about love, learning, growing, traveling, right? And you're not going to do that if you're staying stuck or you're too afraid to step out of your shell, to step out of that level, out of that, cocoon. Like you have to be willing to break past those things, those limiting beliefs, other people's opinions, fears that you have created yourself. Like all that can be changed, and it all starts with you. Okay. So I hope that this message aligned with you today, wherever you are in your journey. And I'm on my way to the gym, but I wanted to give you all a quick word. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.